Yeah, I hope this finds you well. Hey, Jesus is on the throne of our lives, and he is on the throne of this church. I hope you will take that to heart. I hope that will encourage you today. The purpose of this video is to update you on where we are at in regards to re-entry. I know it's the elephant in the room. All of us are anticipating with expectancy and thinking through when we are going to be able to come back together physically in person with each other and worship King Jesus together. I cannot wait for that day. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I miss you. I love you. I know it's a safety and health issue, and that is why we've been so careful and so cautious. But that doesn't mean that I don't miss you. I miss you tremendously. And we have some pretty big decisions to make. I think that's an understatement in the coming days, in the coming weeks. And I just wanted to kind of take this time to update you on that. I know you're thinking through, well, what are we going to do with city groups over the next few weeks and months? What are we going to do with our Sunday gatherings? Of course, right now we're still trying to follow the guidelines of Florida that still is kind of encouraging us to limit our group sizes to 10 or under. We haven't really heard anything else. That hasn't changed. We haven't moved into that phase 2, that next phase. So we're just kind of waiting on that so you can still get creative. I know a lot of our city groups have done kind of women's nights or guys' nights, and you've done like driveway, picnics where you brought your own food and you stayed at a safe distance. And if you guys want to continue to do that, by all means, continue to do it safely, do it with wisdom. But there's no reason why you can't do that in groups of 10 or less. And as things shift, we'll try to kind of encourage you with other ideas, other creative ideas. And I know you'll be thinking of creative ideas too, in ways that you can gather together within your city groups. And then Sunday mornings, our Sunday gatherings. Gosh, don't you guys miss those? Liberty Middle School has not given us any indication at this point in time as to when we would be able to meet on their premises again. So here we are, nearly in June, and we have no idea if we're going to ever even be allowed to go back to Liberty. That's not really discouraging. In so many ways, we have been freed up from that. We're not having to pay rent, so it's saved money for us. It's been light on the budget, so to speak, which has been really encouraging. And we're just exploring options right now. We're looking at other churches. We're saying, hey, if there comes a time when we are allowed to get back together, and we can do it safely, and we can do it in accordance with the social distancing guidelines, we want to do it. And maybe over the summer, it's going to look like once a month. Maybe the 4th Sunday of the month in June, July, and August, we're going to be able to gather. Maybe there's going to be another local church where we can meet in the afternoon or evening on their premises, and it'd be light on setup, tear down, and just be pretty easy, pretty plug and play for us to meet. So keep thinking through those things as you pray for us, as we kind of begin to navigate those waters and come to a decision on whether or not we would even be able to meet on Sundays over the summer. Thanks to each of you who took time to fill out the survey that we sent out this past week. It was the most successful survey that we have ever released to the church. So we are celebrating that. You guys gave some great feedback. I just want to let you know your voice matters. It matters so much. And we are so thankful that you took the time, the 3 to 5 minutes, to fill out that survey and to give us your feedback. Now, not surprisingly, kind of expected, our people landed at very polarizing places in regards to some of the questions. And you know what this does? It kind of points us to the fact that we've got some challenging days ahead of us, church. And right now, I just want to kind of take a moment to highlight that this is a very tricky, odd, strange season, and there's no real plug and play answer for where we end up going and how that's going to look and what that's going to look like. So I realize that this is a challenging moment, but we can take heart, even if we have different opinions, different thoughts, different insights about all things regarding re-entry and when we should come back together and what that should look like. We do know this, that Christ holds us together, that he is the head of this body. We are the body. We are the members of the body, but he is the head. He holds it all together. And if he holds all of us together, then that means we are in this together. We are in this together. And I love what Paul tells the church in Corinth, who was so divided over so many different things. He tells them this in chapter 12, verse 21 through 26. The eye cannot say to the hand, I have no need of you, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. On the contrary, the parts of the body that seem to be weaker are actually indispensable. And on those parts of the body that we think less honorable, we bestow the greater honor. And our unpresentable parts are treated with greater modesty. I love Paul's exhortation there, because we're going to tend to think that the side that we land on is the stronger side, and the side that other people land on is the weaker side. And what Paul is encouraging us with, in accordance with our context right now and what we're walking through, is that there is no strong or weak side. In fact, both sides are kind of getting it right a little bit and getting it wrong a little bit at the same time. We're both sinful people on each side of this, of the equation. So therefore, we say, my opinion's not actually better than yours, and your opinion's not better than mine. Our opinions are equally important. Both of our opinions equally matter, and they matter to God, and they should matter to each other. Okay, so there's a lot of freedom in that. And then I love what Paul goes on to say after that. But God has so composed the body. There's the reminder. This is all about Jesus. He is the head. He has created this body, giving greater honor to the part that lacked it, that there may be no division in the body, but that the members may have the same care for another. So the members, no matter what side we fall on, we're going to have the same amount of care for each other. That one side isn't stronger and one side is weaker, that, hey, we're all just weak, and that we need to rely on God's strength, and that God can be really strong in all of us in our weaknesses when we come together and are unified in our weaknesses. So, that said, I think it's awesome that we are walking through this season knowing that there isn't one right or wrong answer. We're going to still make decisions. We can't be afraid to make decisions, guys. We're going to make decisions in accordance with, standards and guidelines, and we're going to try to follow all of that and make wise decisions and seek wise counsel and continue to get your voices. But we're going to make decisions. We're going to step out. We're going to step out cautiously, but we're going to step out courageously. And I want us all to be unified around that as we seek King Jesus. Now, this Monday, June 1st, from 7 to 8:30, there will be a live Q&A for you guys to be a part of, to ask us questions, the pastors. We cannot wait for this time. It's going to be an enriching time. We don't think all of the questions are going to be answered, but if you have a question, submit that question. We're going to get all the information out to you. Submit that question, and on Monday night, we're going to answer. We're going to come together. We're going to do a live Q&A, 7 to 8:30. Would you join us? We'd love to have you. Again, your voice matters. And then also, guys, we are entering a season of prayer and fasting. On Wednesdays, the elders have decided Wednesdays are going to be our day. We're not going to eat for a 24-hour period, and then we're going to spend the majority of the day in prayer, focusing solely on seeking the face of God through this odd season, asking Him for clarity on the future, asking Him for wisdom. Would you join us in that? Would you join us in our fast on Wednesdays? And would you join us for the pastor-led prayer on Wednesday mornings from 6 to 7? It's a great time for us to come together and just to lift all of our requests up to God. Would you join us? Now, church, I love you. I cannot wait to see how God continues to move and work, that there would be no division among us because Christ holds us together. I love you. I'm praying for you, and I cannot wait to see you. God bless you.